Get up to speed. 3 miles an hour. Well, good morning. Welcome to TreadTalk. My name's Cray. I just wanted to touch on some things I was talking about yesterday, about language and self-image. You know, yesterday we were talking about containing drive and momentum and how to keep those things going forward. I think language and the self-image is a big part of that as well. Always talking positive about yourself is one of the biggest things that will create a mindset that's constantly looking for ways to improve. Understanding that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So that's why you should always talk positive about yourself. Speak about yourself in a way that is always presenting yourself in a positive manner. Sometimes it's difficult to dismiss those negative thoughts in your head, but anything that comes out of your mouth or you present outside of your inner being should always be positive. And language and self-image is a big part of that. When you talk positive, you feel positive. When you look good, you feel good. And so if you do this consistently, if you consistently speak about yourself in a positive manner, even in your own head, your brain's going to recognize those patterns and change. Again, this is a big part about maintaining consistency. The more you can train your brain to do the things that it's designed to do and the things you want it to do, the easier it becomes for that particular process. And your brain will latch onto that and recognize the fact that you feel good about yourself. So expect to change your style a little bit. Expect to maybe change your hairstyle or the way that you present yourself, because you're starting to feel good and you're starting to look good and you want people to see that. And it's not that you want to show off or anything like that. These types of journeys and the hard work you put in here will speak for itself. Another important factor about a journey like this is we will often become very self-conscious about who we are as we're changing, or who we used to be as we're changing. And again, this can be a comfort trap. When you start putting yourself through these changes, you realize some uncomfortable truths, and you can either stay inside those truths or you can put them to bed. Being self-conscious of how you feel, of how you look in the gym, out in public, even in the mirror, don't let it overwhelm you. You're going through a huge process right now, and a lot of things are changing. You're releasing chemicals into your brain that you may not have had for a long, long time or may never have had. Your outlook on life is much more positive. You realize that your time is essential and you start trying to be as efficient as you can. So when you get self-conscious, understand that we're all self-conscious. We've all done this. We are all looking at ourselves just like you are looking at yourself. So don't be too critical or harsh. That's a very important point of this journey. Often you will feel like you're not progressing as fast as you should be, and you start getting self-conscious about that. You start doubting whether or not you've made the right choices. But those are all the voices from inside. And a lot of the times, those are just voices of people who have said those things to you before. Your inner critic is different from the voices in your head. Your inner critic is you judging you. It's often the person that you will see in the mirror. Take that as your inner critic. If you're on a journey like this and you're being successful and you're pushing through and you're growing and you're changing, people will see that and it will make people uncomfortable. And sometimes when you see that, you will feel like you're not yourself because of these interactions. And it's important to understand that that right there is one of the biggest growth moments on a journey like this. And when you see that, when you see how people behave because you're changing and they're not, it makes you realize that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing for you. And that's very important. You need to focus on you. When you focus on you, everyone around you gets better. And what I mean by that is those that will be with you are the ones that are thinking the same. Yeah, you will have people in your life that used to live your old lifestyle. We all do. That's just part of life. As you grow, as you move up, as you level up, you will leave people behind. Doesn't mean that you lose friends in that particular sense, but they will recognize your commitment to getting better, and it will make them uncomfortable. So keep that in consideration when you find yourself in those moments. Whew, I gotta take this off. Whew, getting a little sweaty. Sweaty. That's a good point. I know for a lot of people, sweating is not something they like, especially in public. But you have to understand everybody sweats. If you're self-conscious about your sweat, I understand. I'm a heavy sweater myself. Even as I get into this particular physical shape, I am still sweating. But it's important to understand that sweating is just your body's way of cooling you down. And as you progress down this journey, you will end up changing your physical body in a sense so that you're not sweating as much. So again, always speak positive. Always think about your self-image. Because that's for you too. This is how you build you. This is how you build yourself stronger. How you build your family stronger. And I mean, not even just yourself, like if you're married or kids, but family in the sense of who's around you. A rising tide lifts all boats. So surround yourself with people who are going to lift your boat. Doesn't have to be everyone, but make sure that you have a community. Community is very important. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Speed down, ready to dock. All right, that was a good one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.